Today, we will be participating in a virtual field trip to examine outcrops of the Trinity Hill sandstone and the St Hillaire silt members of the Gros Morne Formation, Gran Calle Point in Guayaguayare. In part 1, we will get an introduction and literature review of the geology of this area. The outcrops are located in southeast Trinidad at the western end of Guayaguayare Bay. The Gros Morne Formation is of Pliocene age and is part of the Moruga group. It is correlatable with the forest and cruise formations of the southwestern peninsula. The main structural element in the area is the beach Marcel anticline, which is cut by the Marcel Valley Fault. This is a north-south structural section based on the 1959 Kugler surface geology map. We see the beach anticline, which is cut by the Marcel Valley Fault. Traditionally, this has been thought to be a strike slip fault, but it can also be interpreted as a back thrust. Pindell and Kennan in 2007, using 2D seismic from the onshore and offshore Trinidad, interpreted the southern range to be an imbricated Cretaceous chord anticline that passively folded large Plio-Pleistocene listric faults. Leonard, in his 1981 paper, Geology and Hydrocarbon Accumulations, Columbus Basin offshore Trinidad, divided the Gros Morne Formation into 3 members: Lower, Middle, and Upper Gros Morne. He also shows that the section consists of, in the near onshore area, 3 coarsening upward units, and as we get eastwards, it is predominantly claystone. This paleogeographic reconstruction of the progression of the Orinoco Delta in a southwest and northeast direction across the Columbus Basin shows that the Gros Morne Delta prograded over slope deposits of the Lower Gros Formation and progressively got shallower over time, so that by the Upper Gros Morne it was brackish to transitional marine. The diagram also shows that towards the Pleistocene, the delta regressed and turned away from Trinidad as the Orinoco shifted to its present position. This paleobathymetric map shows a deepening in water depths from the shoreline towards the outer slope. This is tied in with sand content, so that in area 2 it's fairly sandy, whereas by the time you get to area 3 and 4 it is predominantly claystone. Brian Harry, in his 1992 PhD thesis entitled Depositional Environments and Burial History of the Late Early Pliocene Moruga Group, subdivided the Gros Morne into upper, middle, and lower, and indicated that the Trinity Hill equaled the upper Gros Morne, the St Hillaire equaled the middle Gros Morne, and the Gros Morne sandstone equal lower Gros Morne. He analyzed the sandstones and identified its various constituent grains. Quartz, feldspar, and lithic fragment ternary plots indicate the sandstones have a recycled origin provenance suite. It suggests that they had some input from a subduction origin. The zircon, tourmaline, and rutile index indicates a mixose terrain that consisted of a low to medium grade metamorphic rock similar to the Aria-Paria Peninsula and an intermediate to acid igneous rock similar to the Guyana Shield. Bowman, in his 2003 PhD, Sequence Stratigraphy and Reservoir Characterization in the Columbus Basin, Trinidad, divided the Gros Morne into 2 sequences: a deep water slope to shore facies and a storm wave and tide influence succession deposited in a shelvage location. He also attempted to place the Gros Morne within a sequence stratigraphic system. The topographic map shows the location of the outcrops, which begin with a claystone-dominated St Hillaire section, which courses upward into the Trinity Hill sandstones seen at Gran Calle Point. The Google Earth image illustrates what these outcrops look like from above. The Gran Calle Point outcrop montage gives us a preview of outcrops that will be visited in subsequent parts of this trip. Please join us for part 2 of our Gran Calle field.